was good, y'all? It's your boy Cameron. I'm back with another reaction video. How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? How you guys day going? Comment down below. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Today we're gonna react to 14-year-old blew a woman's head off with an AR-15 over a Fender bender. Now he's sentenced to life. May this woman rest in peace. My condolences go out to her and her family and anyone affected by the situation. We can't get into car accidents no more. Fender benders, we can't get into car accidents no more. This is what the outcome of accidents are. I ain't gonna lie, like I didn't have my fair share of feel what I'm saying? But this is the outcome of him now. These YNs is bugging, son. Really wildin', bro. Dead ass. If you got life, you better be lucky for that, cause I think you deserve a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry, but it's life for life, eye for an eye. You tripping. Before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with the like button, turn on post notifications, get notified every time I post a new video. Also, if you guys have any videos like from react to social media sites in the description below, feel free to send them in and I react to them. With that being said, let's get right into this video.
A Colorado boy only 14 years old when he shoots and kills a mother after a minor fender bender.
Ma'am, I'm gonna cut your seatbelt, okay? I'm Officer Leffer with the Denver Police Department, okay?
No way.
Just hours after shooting her in cold blood, he cries to his own mother at the police station.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Today's case takes us to Denver, Colorado, where on February 20th, 2021, 32-year-old Pamela Cabriales was on her way home from dinner with a friend. According to local TV station KUSA, Pamela's family says she was extremely giving, passionate, and loving. They describe her as a social butterfly who was always there if you needed her. Pamela worked as a real estate agent, and she was also a mother to her 6-year-old son, Leo.
This part does.
Yeah.
Hold this video now before she loses her life.
Okay, do it.
In pictures and in videos, Pamela seems happy and full of life. But all of that changed 4 years ago this month. Pamela was behind the wheel of her Range Rover, driving along Interstate 25 that goes right through Denver. When she stopped at a red light at an intersection of I-25 and Colfax, shots rang out. We now know the person shooting was then 14-year-old Remy Cordova. Cordova was in the passenger seat of another car that was driven by this guy named Nishan Johnson. Cordova had thought that the car had been tapped by Pamela's in a small fender bender. And according to court docs, he said, quote, "Can I bust on them?" Johnson then replied, "Do what you gotta do. That's on you."
Bro, what, nigga? Bro, what, son? Somebody tapped your car that's not even your goddamn car, and you want to grab an AR-15 and start firing shots? Send them.
According to KUSA, Cordova got out of the car with an AR-15 and fired 15 to 20 shots into Pamela's Range Rover.
Nigga thought we was in Call of Duty. Or Tom Clancy's the Recon. How does a 14-year-old get access to AR-15? That's I'm gonna keep asking that question throughout this entire video. How does a 14-year-old get access to AR-15?
On the scene say at first they didn't even know what was happening.
Then I heard pop, 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 pop. And at first it didn't register what was happening until the cars in the 2 lanes next to me started going. And then I realized, I said, oh shit, something's happening. And I ducked down and several more happened. And I pulled next to the car.
Yo, bro, what,
barely got
like this shit, I ain't gonna lie, this shit is like over not even an accident where somebody's car got totaled, nobody got smashed, a bumper, like a little made you want to grab an AR-15 and kill somebody.
It looked as though the window was either rolled down or shot out, but I believe that the window was out. I didn't look at the windshield or see inside the vehicle. And then the car that was in front of them sped off. I went behind them, but pretty far back because they went pretty quickly, and got off on Federal. So they went straight and I got off on Federal, and I didn't obviously see what occurred because the car was obstructing my view. So I didn't know at the time if the shots came from the car in front or inside the vehicle, but that's what I saw.
Okay.
That's Jaden Aarons, who was driving home from an appointment at the time of the shooting.
You said you heard multiple pops. You went pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop. How many of those do you think you heard the first time?
I'm
in your
gonna
estimation?
call it 5 to 7, perhaps.
Okay, and then you said you ducked down and heard several more pops. How many more do you think you heard?
Perhaps 3.
Okay.
And the break in between the two was a second or two.
Okay.
That it paused.
Sure.
It wasn't very long.
And you never saw anybody get in or out of any vehicle?
You ain't shooting at an
No.
op. You ain't shooting nobody shooting back at you. You're not shooting about somebody you know. Bro, you just decide to let me just get out the car and start firing. That shit is crazy, son. Dead ass.
In my mind, thought it was fireworks or something.
Sure.
And just wasn't paying attention.
When you go around the car you're in front of, why do you go around the car?
Because the other 2 cars did it, and I felt like I was in danger, and I heard the shots coming, and I was ducking down, and I thought maybe they were going to hit me.
Okay.
I was scared to go that way, because again, I didn't know if they were coming from that vehicle, but I couldn't go any other way, so.
This may seem like a really dumb question. If you can articulate it more, why did you feel you were in danger? Tell me more about that.
Because
Bro, what?
I recognized
The girl had
sound of
shots fired and left.
And
Yeah, that was a dumbass
I
question.
thought perhaps one was going to hit me.
Were you scared?
Duh.
Not really until after, because it didn't really register. It was definitely like weird. So I was like, my awareness was heightened, but it still didn't register.
Tell me more about why you duck.
Yeah, bro, is this nigga
There
serious,
were more
son?
witnesses too,
Yeah.
like Alex Martinez, who was driving home from a soccer game.
When he got out, he had his hoodie on, and he turned to face towards north, and all I see is the side of his forehead, so literally right here.
Okay.
And then that's when I noticed that he lifted up his arm, and his arm was being covered by the top of the car. And I'm in a Ford Edge, so I say it's a pretty big car. He was about like 5'6", 5'7", and that's when I noticed that he had a gun. So my first instinct.
This why I ain't gonna lie. This why and maybe it's bad on my end, but this is why I can't do shit like this, bro. Cause you start asking me questions, you gonna piss me off. I'm telling you what happened. I'm literally telling you why I did what I did and what happened, and you ask me a dumbass question about something. Why was you scared? Be for real. Feel what I'm saying? I'm coming to do you a favor, do the community a favor, by helping this lady get justice for her family, and you gonna sit up here and do this dumb shit. All right.
When I heard it, was to get down just in case if they started shooting towards me. I did not physically see the weapon.
Okay.
I seen the light from when you shoot the gun, and you have the light and the sound.
Okay.
So that's what I heard. I heard the toof toof toof.
So the light, like the muzzle flash, we call it. It's like the fire, like when you
fire
fireworks,
yeah.
or you fire a gun and
Yeah.
and it comes out. Those gases escape. And
Uh-huh.
What color was that you saw?
When I looked over, the first time I heard it, I got goosebumps. So I looked over, and I just remember seeing white. So
Okay, but you saw the muzzle flash.
Yeah.
Is what we call it. Or
yeah, the muzzle flash.
coming out. How many times do you think you saw flashes?
About 6 times.
Okay.
Damn.
Did you hear the person that got out from the right front passenger seat of that car? Did you hear him say anything?
No.
Did you hear them yell anything?
No, not really. I didn't hear anything at all because my music I had my music loud because I'm a big fan of music, and I had my music
Niggas is
going,
minding their business trying to go home.
And that's when I heard the first gunshot go off, and I look over, and then I just see the light, like the white, whatever you guys call it, and then that's when I got goosebumps on my arm because I just knew that. But when I was driving away, I noticed one in the rear poke his head out, like look back.
Tell me more about that.
So I was going, because my first instinct was to get away because I was scared.
Okay.
So I was going,
You want to ask him the same
I
thing?
was trying to get away quickly as possible. And I look in the rear mirror, and I see the Range Rover in there. And I look in, and I see the Honda coming. And I just see a head go like this. But it had a hoodie on, so...
Okay, and was that from the front area of the car or the
Yeah,
rear area
the front.
of the car? So from the passenger side or driver's side?
Driver's side. It was a black hoodie.
Okay. So it came from the driver?
Yeah, the driver's side.
So put an arrow in red the direction he shoots at. And this sounds silly, but what led you to believe he was shooting in the direction of that car?
Well, cause when he started shooting, I noticed that
Yo, that shit
the
would have
light
got
from
me
when he
tight,
shot it
son.
was going backwards.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. So that I ducked down, and that's when I lifted up my head just to take a peek, and that's when I seen his arm behind, on the side of the car facing backwards.
Okay.
After the shooting, Cordova and Johnson sped off in their car as first responders rushed to the scene.
Ma'am, I'm gonna cut your seatbelt, okay? I'm Officer Leffer with the Denver Police
And
Department,
she
okay?
slashed over, gone.
Here's the scene from another perspective.
Here, I'm just gonna keep some pressure on him, okay? Yeah. Hey, she took quite a few about 4 or 5 rounds to the face.
Damn.
She's the only victim. Let's see if I can find an ID in her purse. Yeah. I don't know how you want to do this. You want to put the seat back so we can get to her? Hey, Scott, open that seat. Is there anything behind the seat? No.
This is why I can't be a cop, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I was an officer and I went to a crime scene or something like this, and I seen like a kid, I see a woman with her face shot open like that. Then days later I found out that the woman got her face shot open for this dumb shit. If I see that kid, I'ma smack the shit out of him. I'm not even gonna sit up and lie to y'all. My anger is that I might smack the shit out of that kid. You just went and killed somebody for zero reason, bro. Zero, just because you felt like killing them. I'm liable when I see you to smack the shit out of you. Not even gonna sit up and lie to you. This is why cops be violent, y'all, because y'all be doing dumb shit, and it's not to say it's okay, but it comes sometimes like as an officer, as a person, it comes down to like personal feelings. Yo, bro, I'm a person. You understand what I'm saying? And as a person that understands certain shit, it's like, how can I just watch a kid, 14 years old, walk in a courtroom, walk around living life, knowing that he just killed somebody's mom, some children's mother, just because he felt like it? Especially in a way like that, over a little bumper push, a little, you know, a little fender bender. That shit is crazy, bro. That ass crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an ID. Is there more than anybody else? No, it's just one person. Could you hold that open while I look through it, please? Okay, grab the scoop real quick. Check in this pocket. 160. We got 7 gunshots to the front and 3 exits to the back. Nothing. You coming head first? Let the head out towards the cap. Head toward me. Here.
This next part is really tough. You can see the rear window of
Blown
Pamela's
out.
Range Rover has been completely shot out.
This shit is crazy, son.
I counted 8 shots. 8? Yeah, there's one right above the left windshield wiper. So that's 2 out of, like right there.
License plate, it's probably hers.
That's the same one as on the back.
Okay, that's probably hers.
Another angle shows Pamela being loaded into an ambulance. Now, we won't show that part because it is graphic, but here are the moments leading up to it.
Nothing.
Hey Jared, did you need the northbound or southbound off-ramp closed?
You coming head first?
Let's do southbound for now. Hopefully everybody going north will figure it out.
you guys need an extra set of hands for anything?
Yes.
Just say when.
Out of the DHMC1. We're gonna have one coming down and 163 Baker's gonna follow. Yep, ready.
Do you know how this happened?
No, other than somebody called in, said gunshots fired between two cars. I wasn't able to get a description of the other vehicle.
Okay, here she comes.
Even though Pamela was rushed to the hospital, she died several days later. Meanwhile, investigators were still working to track down the suspects involved in her shooting. The next day, a Denver police officer spotted a car wanted from a separate incident. There had been this gang shooting at a McDonald's where multiple shots were fired. And at the time, the cop didn't realize this car was also involved in Pamela's shooting. But they did know the people inside needed to be questioned. This led to a small chase, and it's something Nishan Johnson talked about during his police interview.
We're driving, and we get to the light. Police was on side. They get to the side, the back of us. They get behind us. I take a right, they drive. Take a left, they keep following. And then I try to take another right, but the ice was too slippery. So I hit the curb, and that's when they turned the lights on.
Tell me more about the conversation in the car. Who notices the police either on the side of you or behind you?
I mean, we all did, to be honest, because when you're looking at when you're at the stop sign, you're going to look at your window.
Okay.
And then when I looked out the window, I seen the police pull up.
What is the conversation in the car?
You know, really wasn't no conversation in the car. But they could go.
I'm sorry?
I said, it wasn't no conversation in no car, but go.
But go?
Yes.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Okay. Earlier you told me because you didn't have a license.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't have no license, but that's what they was telling me. You said, what was the conversation?
Okay.
You feel me? You said, what conversation did we have while the police was behind us?
And who was telling you to go?
Little bro. He was like, bro, just go. You feel me? I mean, don't have no license. You feel me? I'm not finna pull off.
Yo, real shit to all the parents out there, and I hate to be on here trying to tell parents how to parent, but be careful who your kids hang around. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of parents out there try to do their best to provide and protect for their kids and provide a certain lifestyle for their kids, but watch your kids hang around, bro. You know what I'm saying? It may not be them, it may not be the person they hang around, it may be your child. But at the end of the day, keep an eye on your kid and keep an eye out who they're hanging around. Because it may be them, the friends that he's hanging around, that may be influencing him to keep doing the bad shit he's doing, or keeping him in the problem that he's getting himself caught up with. Or maybe you may just be noticing things about your son alone. Like, why my son keep doing this, or why my son keep doing that? Be more alert and aware of who your kids are hanging around.
Oh, bro, say he was hot?
Nah. He was saying, nigga, go.
Okay.
You know how nowadays this young generation gonna run from the police or do anything from the police now, you feel me?
So you listened to him. So you listened to him and you went.
That's how it was, you feel me? Because after they turned on their lights, everybody started panicking.
Tell me how they panicked. How did you know they panicked, Nishan?
Cause you know when police get behind you sometimes and you know you ain't doing nothing, like me, when I know I ain't doing nothing wrong, I wasn't really panicking, but what made me really panic was because they was all going like, bro, come on, go. And I don't have a license. I was like, bro, that ain't true, I ain't stopping. Fuck it, come on. And I hit the car and everything, you feel me? So it was like everything would happen so quick. And when he was like, go, bro, go, I was like, all right, fuck it. I don't have no license, none of that, come on.
Police eventually tracked Johnson down to a shed where he was hiding, and that's where they found some incriminating evidence.
You know why I'm asking all these questions? Because the we were found in, those shell casings match at our murder scene. Can you explain that to me? And you said nobody's in the shed with you. Okay? You're in there by yourself. But the same caliber shell casing that's in the shed where you're at.
I wonder how old he is.
It's the same
Unless they said it in the
caliber
beginning,
at our murder scene. Can you explain that to me? If nobody handed you anything?
Nah, nobody handed me nothing.
Okay, so how did that end up in the shed with you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I ain't gonna cut it.
I don't know.
Okay. So I'm asking you, this is your chance to be honest, okay? And I'm not saying you're not. So please don't be offended by that. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I don't know is not gonna cut it. As I told you before when we first started, it's a homicide investigation. I told you you're not free to leave. Okay? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you were there for something or somebody asked you to hold on to something, I need to know. Okay? And not just for myself, but for yourself. You got a kid, right?
Two.
You want to see those kids grow up?
Yes.
Do you want to be able to hold them and not be behind
That's how you
glass
get
when you
niggas to
see
flip.
them? Or do you want them to come and visit you during yard time? Again, I'm not threatening
And I know
you. I'm not upset
14-year-old,
with you.
the 14-year-old ain't got no
But I'm
kid yet, so I know for a fact he ain't about to sit up there and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit in jail and rot and not see my child for this kid. I know for a fact he ain't.
This is the road we're going down. You're digging yourself a hole here. So if you have something, you know something, Nishan, now's the time to tell me. Okay, you tell me you were by yourself when you ran. Nobody else was in that shed. I asked you several times that question. You're adamant nobody was. Okay? So it's one of two things. Either you were there at that murder scene, or somebody gave you something to hold on to. So now's your chance to help yourself. Don't dig yourself a hole. You got one foot in this hole right now, Nishan. Okay?
Investigators spoke with Johnson for more than 5 hours on multiple occasions, and honestly, they didn't get very much. But they got even less info from Remy Cordova.
I'm going to advise you of your rights, and then I'm going to leave the room, and you two need to talk.
Like, as a mom, what do you
about
think?
whether or
You
not-
know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to know, like, as a mom, that you just know, or you hear that your son's involved in killing another mom. Like, what is your thought of your son? Like, what is your thought process of thinking, like, about your son, knowing that he could possibly be a part of this? You know what I'm saying?
You want to talk about this investigation or not? Okay? You okay, ma'am?
I'm sorry, Mom.
14 years
The woman
old,
next
bro.
to Cordova in this video is his mom, because remember, he's only 14 years old at the time. As a detective walks back in, you can hear Cordova apologize to his mother.
I'm sorry.
Okay, it's still February 21st, 2021. According to that clock, it's now 10:05 p.m. And I've given you and your mom opportunity to talk about this investigation. Let me ask you, did you understand the rights as they have been explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Do you have any conflict with your mom that would prevent her from providing you with guidance and advice about your rights? No? With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to us about this investigation?
No, sir.
No?
No. But even though Cordova didn't talk, investigators already knew a bit about him because he had a juvenile criminal record and was on police's radar as a gang member. Prosecutors later said that Cordova's motivation in Pamela's murder was to rise up the ranks in this gang world. Cordova's case eventually moved from juvenile court to district court because of the severity of the crime. He was charged as an adult with first-degree murder and first-degree attempted murder. That second charge was added because another driver had been in the line of fire when Cordova had fired the shots. Now, that person was not injured, so the charge became attempted murder. In November of last year, Cordova was found guilty. He's since been sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 40 years. Nishan Johnson has also been convicted for his involvement in the case. In June 2023, he was sentenced to 35 years in prison. As for Pamela, her family says her memory lives on through her son Leo. A GoFundMe page set up for Leo's college fund has already raised nearly $70,000.
For real, that's
Reporting
crazy,
for Long
man.
Crime, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Hey man, may this woman rest in peace. Again, like I said probably before, you know, may my condolences go out to her and her family, anybody affected by the situation. At the end of the day, no one deserves to die. A lot of times people get retaliation for things, and I really feel like that, you know, some things are warranted to have revenge. It's just my petty thinking, but this is a situation where that didn't happen. You got a 14-year-old kid running around with a gun in his car, another friend in the car, and they decided to start up a fire on someone's random mother because they felt like it. So whatever happens to them, they deserve it. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Be careful. You know, you can never just be too certain. And this had to be a very bad day for her, because at the end of the day, she didn't do anything wrong. She didn't cut nobody off. She didn't hit nobody's car. Even if she did, it doesn't warrant to her to lose her life. She wasn't cursing out nobody. She wasn't throwing out her car. And I've seen people have some really bad road rage. But this is not the case. Just got a very bad time and location for where she got put in a spot where these young kids decided to fire her. It sucks. It really does suck. And my condolences go out to her family and definitely her son, because now he's going out with his mother. You know what I'm saying? My condolences also go out to the kid's mother, because the 14-year-old's mother, because now she also lost her son. You feel what I'm saying? She had a 14-year-old son. That I don't want to speak too sooner, because I don't know what the situation was, but I'm sure that's not the route she wanted her son to go because of her emotions in that video. This kid had to be out wild for mad long because he was already on a police radar, already got a juvenile record. It was just bound to happen, and unfortunately, the shit got you by the tail, and now you sit in jail for the rest of your life. So be more smart, you know, be more careful. Again, may she rest in peace. And to the two kids, I wish y'all the best of luck. Whatever happened to y'all honestly deserve it, because at the end of the day, y'all took an innocent woman's life. If anyone is innocent and y'all are just taking people's life for no reason, whatever the judge may feel like needs to be happen, whatever people in jail feel like they want to do to you, unfortunately you deserve eye for an eye, and you did it. So you just gotta deal with that type of punishment, because you shouldn't be out there doing or living life recklessly. But again, may she rest in peace, and whatever happens to them happens, and that's that. That's the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you enjoy the video, and until next time, I'll see y'all.